Hey guys, I've just finished my third week of TRT. Wanted to highlight some of the things I've noticed so far. It's still early on, but there have been some noticeable effects. Nothing really major, but definitely noticeable. So to start, I would say general well-being is better, and fatigue is definitely reduced. Prior to starting TRT, be fairly tired in the morning, and by the end of the day, if I'm on the couch watching TV or whatever, I tend to get really tired, tend to fall asleep, which is obviously not good. Whereas now, that's definitely improved a lot. When I wake up in the morning, there's some days, I'm still kind of tired, but not to the degree I was before, where it was hard to get out of bed. Now, generally, there's no issues getting out of bed. And also, I've noticed I can stay up a lot later before I actually feel like deadly tired. Before, again, lying on the couch, watching TV, even if it's something I'm interested in, I can doze off pretty easily. Whereas now I don't really get that extreme fatigue where you just kind of pass out while watching TV anymore, which is awesome. And the timing on this is great because Game of Thrones is starting up again now, so need to stay up a little later so I can watch it. There's a couple other things I've been noticing with my body as well. I've been going to the gym for a while, and now when working out, you definitely feel the contraction more. And, when you're doing the workouts, it just feels better. And if you work out, you'll know what I mean. It actually feels like it should feel. Whereas before, difficult to get like a good pump and to keep that pump throughout the workout and really feel the muscles contract as you're doing the exercise. So that's one thing I've definitely noticed. Not huge difference, but it's definitely noticeable. And I think that's due to a couple of things probably. The improvement in blood flow is one thing. So that could be causing it, as well as, you know, maybe a little bit more water retention. Now that I'm on TRT, I'm not sure how much weight I put on in terms of water, but if there is some, I can definitely see that playing out as well. Generally, your muscles will hold glycogen or water. So if there's more water being pushed into them, you're going to feel a little bit more pumped or contraction and things like that when you're working out and even afterwards. And I definitely think that there probably was some water gain as well because when looking at myself in the mirror, my muscles just look a little bit fuller. Nothing crazy, but just a little bit fuller. And that could definitely be, the water being retained or forced into the muscle. I've also noticed that I think the libido is a little bit better as well. Nothing crazy, maybe just a little bit better. And I have been waking up more frequently with morning wood, which is awesome, especially during this last week or so. So it seems like things are kind of heading down the right track, which is awesome. Nothing crazy to report yet, obviously, and not expected to report much at this point. But these things have definitely been little things that are noticeable and just kind of give me further confidence that look, like, this treatment is actually having some positive benefits here. And as we keep going, we'll experience a lot more of them as well. So that's a great start, and I'm excited. It hasn't been perfect, and I did notice at first a lot of nipple sensitivity, and that is obviously not a good thing. So just in terms of what my protocol looks like, the very first dose I did, we did it at the doctor's. 200 milligrams every 2 weeks was the protocol, and my first dose was the full 200 milligrams. So since then, I've been self administering. So instead of doing the whole 200 milligrams at once, I'm splitting that up into every other day doses on an average of 100 milligrams per week. So it's every other day, which is kind of frequent, but I mean, I do have some, not a huge lump or anything, but under one of my nipples, I've always had a little bit of a lump there. So one of my concerns was, especially with a 200 milligram dose, is jacking up estrogen really quick and kind of having that negative impact on those lumps. I obviously don't want them to grow. I don't want them to get worse, and I don't want them to be sensitive. So for the first week and a half, I would say they definitely were sensitive, and I was kind of getting worried. But since I've been doing this every other day dose instead, that's definitely come down a lot, which is awesome. So it seems for me, the every other day dosing does probably keep the estrogen in check a little bit. Again, I haven't done any blood work yet just to see where I'm at, but just based on what I've been reading and the way things work is, hey, big dose, high spikes, definitely looking at not only high spikes in testosterone but estrogen as well. So the smoother you keep it, the more frequent and smaller the doses are, the less negative estrogen effects you'll experience. So again, anecdotal, but it seems like it is working now that that first massive dose has kind of worked through my system, and now I'm kind of running on small, more frequent doses. So that's good, and that's definitely something I'll be keeping an eye on, because that obviously was a concern. But it definitely much improved from the initial dose, which is good. I have noticed a little bit of ball shrinkage as well, so testicle shrinkage, but I think that's to be expected. It is what it is. Nothing too crazy at this point. I don't know if it's gonna get worse or if it's just kind of it is what it is, or we'll stay here. But again, small negative, I guess. Nothing really, nothing really huge, which is fine. But it's just something I've noticed, and that's pretty much it, guys. I can't really think of anything else that I've noticed that I can say, hey, this is definitely caused by the TRT. Obviously, just in our daily lives, your diet, your exercise, your sleep, there's so many variables that can affect how you feel at any given time. So I think after 3 weeks, I've definitely noticed these areas have improved, which is great. So it seems like things are heading in the right direction. So I'll definitely keep you updated as we go. Probably another one at around 5 weeks. And hopefully you guys found this informative. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.